fellow florist here.
I'm Mira.
Do you want to come in there?
Oh, she's fine.
Yeah, okay.
She doesn't know her land. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good. Nice to meet you, Mira.
Nice to meet you too. I'm sorry, I've never talked to a politician, so this would be a very new and interesting experience for me. So thank you for coming. It's very interesting. Can I take your coat?
Sure, yeah.
I started living here as a permanent resident since I got married in 2017.
Okay.
But I grew up in Ukraine, and the reason why I randomly ended up in Canada is because they kind of influenced a lot. I'm from a Christian home, and yeah, they influenced my family a lot. Oh, sorry, I talked this out to play. I mean, she's comfortable. She's been so stressed today. You're probably making her feel better.
Very good. Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah, and yeah, so there's this school in Toronto in Etobicoke.
Yep.
So that's a bit of time, and I met my husband there.
Perfect.
And I ended up interning there, and we got married, and we decided to get married in Ukraine.
Is it for Canada or is it okay?
Yeah, for Canada. They don't have connections or relatives to go to, and they're very scared of the nuclear threat, which is it's a real. It's either Putin will push the button, or they took over some of the nuclear power plants, and you've probably heard that they were just it was on fire, and like any time it can blow up. So my family is trying to get out of the continent, but they can't finish the visa process on time. What do I mean by on time? They can't finish it fast enough. It's still taking a little bit. So our plan is to file everything and to fly them to US, to the New York state, so they're close to our border, and they should be able to finish the process from out there. And then as soon as it's done, to get them over here.
Now, you said it's simplified. Canada hasn't yet executed. They've made the announcement. They haven't executed on their announcement. They should be any day. I was actually Ryan Turnbull, one of the MPs from the government, was doing an announcement today, and I actually asked him today when is that going to come into place. So that should be in place though any day, where it's a very simplified process where you just basically, my understanding is, you get your passport, they do a very sort of basic screening, and they send you on your way. So
I hope so. It's just
but I would get them out any way you can as soon as you get them. So
it's like we can't just keep them sitting in.
That's probably Greg, my chief of staff. In my humble opinion, anyone from Ukraine who wants to come to Canada for safe harbor, we should be letting them in. But
okay.
So, but let's sorry, just to the situation at hand. So we've got the 8 in Hungary. Do they want to come to Canada? All 8 of them, or some of them? Okay, so they want to come to Canada. Yes. And what about the your grandma said you can't move, unfortunately. The other 3, do they want to come to Canada? Are they there for the long haul in Ukraine, or what's their plan?
This is where it's very sad. My aunt haven't even they don't even know that they're leaving. They already kind of suspect that they're left behind, but we haven't told them yet. So my aunt and where they'll just take him and they'll be left alone, and with no one to take care of them. They can't drive, and you can't even drive. I think where they are right now, there's gunfire around them, so they can't go back home, and they can't go to the west, and the western side of Ukraine is in a complete chaos because of all the refugees, so they're stuck.
They're hungry down there,
and my unmobile grandma, we're just hoping that it will end and that she survived World War II and she should survive this. So I can't say anything for sure other than about that group of people stuck in there, other than they're stuck. And I think the goal of my father and my brother-in-law was to get the children out, because my younger siblings are
Sure.
they're kids. And Russians have been shooting them, and they don't see a difference. So last time I talked to my parents, they said that they were happy that they made a decision to get the kids out, because now they see that children are being killed anyways. And sorry, I'm being sidetracked.
No, that's
I answered
all
your
very good.
question.
Yeah, so we've got the 8 that are in Hungary that we want to bring back
Yes.
to Canada, at least on a temporary basis, and unfortunately we've got the 4 that
Still stuck.
they're unfortunately stuck there in the Ukraine, right? And there's
Yeah.
so it's the 8 that sort of would be our focus, like my
Yeah.
focus, to try and get them to Canada. You said you're working with some lawyers. Like, do you have a group of Ukrainians that are working together, or just yourself, or?
Yes, it's a group. I'm just trying to see what was the temporary visa.
Yeah.
And not a refugee status. I've asked them many times, and they said that they're doing the best path possible, and I believe them, because I can't even file it without them, technically. Yes.
Yeah. So your lawyers are exactly right. What's gone on is the government has made an announcement. As we talked about, that they're going to make it easier, but they haven't as of yet, right?
Yeah.
So any way you can get them out, certainly get them out.
Yeah.
But there hopefully is good news. And like I said, I was taking a Liberal member to task today about when that was.
Philip, tell me your thoughts on the meeting that you just had with Mira.
It's really heartbreaking, and it's a story that's been told all across this country of Canada. We have members. We have the 5th largest population of Ukrainians in all the world right here in Canada, and many of them have loved ones that are going through just absolutely heartbreaking scenarios. So if I could get anything from the government in the coming days and weeks and hours, it would be for them to put a full court press to allow as many people as we can to seek harbor here in Canada, either from Afghanistan or from Ukraine. There are so many great people who could be benefited by the love and prosperity here in Canada.
She's 26 years old, but she could be, looking at her, she could be anybody's daughter. And just to hear the hardship, where she was brought up, but you're looking at the pictures of her family, beautiful family, her husband locally from here. Just for me, it's hard to hold back the tears when I hear her story.
Yeah, no, like I said, it's absolutely heartbreaking. She could, like you said, be anyone's daughter, anyone's sister, anyone's wife, and this is their families, just like they are here in Canada. They're being broken apart by this unprovoked, aggressive act by Vladimir Putin, and it's just amazing the impact. It's one thing to see it on the news. It's another thing to see it right in front of you as you see someone breaking down in tears over the turmoil that their family's going through.